Hey, what's happening, ladies and gentlemen? This is Malik, the Cool Brother. You're now to the end to the Cool Podcast. And my special guest this evening, this hot evening, is a dope brother. I got acquainted with him via Facebook. He's a dope brother, born and raised in the 412 Pittsburgh Steel City. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce the MC extraordinaire, the good brother, Mr. Mel Jay. Welcome to the podcast, good brother.
What's going on? What's going on? Thanks for having me, Malik. Glad to be here, man.
No
For sure.
doubt, no
Happy
doubt.
to be here, man. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man. The pleasure's all mine, good brother. So, won't you tell the listeners and the viewers what you do and what you're about?
Revolutionary music, the label that brings the truth to the youth. Ishmael Muhammad, aka Mel Jay. We got the new single out right now. Uh, Perfect Timing and Focus Your Mind Youngster that came right before that. And you know what I mean? We got the Thinking Miss Therapy channel for the mentorship. And you know, Rhyme and Reason where we'll be talking about the industry and whatnot. So just a couple
Yeah,
things. We got a lot of things going on.
no doubt, no question, no question. It sounds like you're a busy man.
Yeah, we try to stay on the clock, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, my next question is, what you think about the industry as a whole? Speaking of the industry, what you think about it as a whole?
Um, I think it's like anything else. I think a lot of people get it twisted that it, it's who you work for in the industry, like anything else in life. You gonna work for self, or you gonna work for someone else. So you know, it's basically life in that way. But a lot of people think someone's gonna love you just because of your talent and give you some free money or something. But that ain't gonna be the case in this grind.
Right, right. And staying on the topic of being the industry, how long you been in the industry?
Been officially putting out recording since the late '80s. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Not my man DJ Moore's basement, but coming out and pushing tapes out like '94 with my group Organized Crime. So yeah, we've been doing it for a long time. I say I've been in music business for over 40 years.
40 years? Wow, wow. That's what's up, man.
I've
Now,
been
would
doing.
you?
I've been writing raps. You know what I mean. I've been doing. You know what I mean. I've been in it.
Yeah, no doubt, no
Consistently though.
doubt.
Consistent.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, would you consider yourself a veteran in the game?
Oh, no doubt. I gotta be a veteran. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah,
like what since '90. I'm from the 1900s.
yeah. No doubt, man. No
I'm
question,
from the
man. No doubt.
1900s, so you know what I mean. I'm cool with my resume. My resume is, you know what I mean. What they say, you can chat GPT me.
Uh huh. Yeah, no doubt, man. Your resume speaks for yourself. Speaks for itself. That's for sure. That's for sure, man. And with your record label, Revolutionary Records, what made you decide to come up? What made you decide that you want to do your own record label?
After going and seeing how it was with the majors when me and my group got a chance to record with Motown Records back in '95, going into '96, you know what I'm saying? We learned that, just like I said earlier, if you don't put your own money in it, they're going to basically tell you what to do, how to do it. And you know, most major artists don't get no money anyway. So I enjoy, I want to get paid for my labors. So yeah,
Yeah,
Indy's
absolutely.
the way, especially with all the channels today. It's a no brainer. But at the
Right.
time when I did go indie, we was putting CDs in stores on consignment. As for
Yeah.
you know, I didn't seen it come from the stages of where you needed a label to even record a record. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? To even have a
Right.
quality sound record. To now where you could do everything on your phone. I love the game now. I love it. I
No,
love the
no question.
independence.
Yeah, absolutely. And what you think about the independent scene in the city of Pittsburgh, the 412?
Uh, you know, it's like anywhere else. Everybody can do their own thing. You know, as far as like mainstream, it's not going to happen here. You know what I mean? That's why everybody who is mainstream in Pittsburgh is basically connected to the same people. So it's
Mm-hmm.
always going to be who you connected to in this industry.
Right. Absolutely. 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 And my next question is, you mentioned CDs and whatnot. Do you think CDs will ever make a comeback? Do you think albums ever make a comeback, like vinyl records? Do you think it will ever make a comeback?
It depends on who you are. You know, if you was pushed by a major label at one time and the world knows you, then people gonna like to get your CD. You know what I mean? I have a revolutionary music, a rebel fan of the week or follower of the week, the rebel of the week thing I do, and I give them my old CD, my terrible CD that's the 20th anniversary this year. But I don't expect anybody to play it because nobody don't really have CDs. It's just like a souvenir for the 20th celebrating the anniversary. So I feel if your name is big enough and you have a following, they're gonna like anything you give them. So I think
No question.
CDs now is like a memorial, like a gift. You know what I mean? More
Hmm.
so than everybody gonna start having CDs because you can't even play it in your car. Some
Right.
people don't even have CD players. I didn't gave
Yeah, that's true.
CDs. You know what I mean? As far as my Rebel of the Week, they didn't have. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna play that nowhere. They don't have nowhere to play it.
Right. Right. For sure. I agree. I definitely
It's a
agree with that.
souvenir. It's souvenirs.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Like cassette tapes and VCR and VHS tapes, they all souvenirs of the old school, of the yesteryear. So I definitely
Yes,
agree with
yes,
that.
it's
It's
a
a souvenir.
souvenir.
Yeah. Generation Z don't even know what a CD is. Probably don't
Don't
know what
even
a
know what a
CD is.
CD is. Yes, yes. I
Or,
learned
or
that 15 years ago. Dealing with
uh-huh.
youngsters. I was like, whoa, they was like, that's when I knew like the game was hidden in the streaming. I had to stay on top of the game. I said, oh, well, the CD is dead.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's all about streaming now.
Hmm.
Spotify, Apple, iTunes, you name it. And
Yes, yes.
right along with Netflix and whatnot. It's all about streaming. DVDs ain't even sell like that no more,
No,
unfortunately.
no,
But
you can't even get a DVD player unless you probably got a PlayStation.
yeah, exactly, right,
Your
exactly. Everything,
laptop don't even come with it no more.
yeah, yeah. It's evolving. It's evolution. You know what I'm saying? It's evolution. We just gotta adapt with it or get left
Either
behind.
adapting
That's
or
how I feel.
fall off.
Exactly, exactly. So my next question is, who inspired you? Well, my first question is going to be a two-part question. Do you have any relatives that do music besides you?
My son, my oldest son, he dibbles and dabbles. He does some, you know what I mean?
Right.
He's done some things. He probably has a catalog, but he's not into putting it out. You know what I mean? He's not on the side of the business of really putting it out there. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He plays with like I say now, you can play with the music. When we did it,
Hmm.
you better be serious because you had to put some money behind it, or somebody's gonna put some money behind you just to get a record. But now you
Yeah.
put up your phone and you can play with music all day. So it's open lane. So my son basically he'll play
Right.
with it. He'll play with it, I'll say.
Okay. Okay. So say like if he was serious like you with your craft, would you be down to collaborate with your son?
Oh, most definitely, I would. I show him the ropes. He got everything right now with me as far as the label and all that. But you know, you
Yeah.
with anything, your heart got to be in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you don't like to do this because you like to do this, then you're not going to do this for long. Like if I didn't like doing what I do, I wouldn't been doing it for so long. You know what I mean? As far as
Right.
like it's the passion that's going to always overweigh the fame or the money. So if you in it for the money or the fame or something of that nature, you're not going to be around long. It's not in your heart.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And how old is your son, if you don't mind me asking?
He's 27. I got a
Okay.
27-year-old. I got a 5-year-old. I got
Okay.
a range.
Nice, 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 nice. And I'm pretty sure your son heard your music
And
before.
some in
And
between. Let me say I got some in between for they be like, Dad, you know what I mean? So I got four
yeah.
sons. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay.
27, 16, 15, and 5. Get them all out
Okay.
there before they say, Yeah, you know what I mean? You know how that works.
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Now, speaking of your sons, I'm pretty sure they're a fan of your music, correct?
Yes, yes, they've heard my music. Yes, yes. Would I say they're fans of my music? No.
Hmm. Yeah.
My
Okay.
oldest and
Oh.
my youngest would probably be more of who listens to my music and cares about it. Besides
Hmm.
the middle two.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. And so, and your 27-year-old, he's the one that do music, correct?
Yes,
Like, do okay.
he's
All right.
recorded. He'll go to the studio. I always get on them because they'll go in the studio, lay a couple lines, then come back and record some more. You know us, we try to hit it first take and spit.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
So
For
yeah,
sure.
they're a
For
little
sure.
different with it. The whole process is
Right.
different with them younger guys.
Yeah. For sure. And your other two sons, they do music too?
No, they don't do music. They're more into
Oh,
sports right now.
cool. Okay. Got you. Got you. Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. 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 That's what's up. That's what's up, man. They got their own endeavors, just like your son got his own endeavors. So that's what's up. Respect to that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Respect to that.
encourage them to do their own thing.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That is what's up, man. And my next question is my second part question: who inspired you to rap? Like, who's the influence? Who inspired you? Who influenced you to say, "Hey, man, I want to do this as a career. Like, I want to start rapping." You know,
Uh,
put the pen in the pad.
Seeing the locals from Homestead in my community, MCJT, Big
Hmm.
Wiz, RIP, just people of that nature that they were able to put out music themselves without a label. JT had a song called "I Can't Be Stopped." We loved it
Yeah,
as much as any other record. And people like the Mailman, the Crew Got Paid, like there's people like from the local scene. And I was like, okay, if they could make a record, you don't gotta be in New York. You ain't gotta be a New Yorker to make a record.
hmm, right,
Philly, like
right.
where you from, you ain't gotta be Schoolie D.
Schoolie D, yeah, Schoolie D, Cool C, the Parkside Killers. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah, cool.
saying?
See
Yeah.
all them legends right there. You know what I mean?
Uh huh.
I'm listening to them, but you know what I mean? They're far out. So when Pittsburgh
Right.
people start doing it, local started, I said, okay, it's in reach.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm pretty sure you heard of Three Times Dope. You remember them?
Yeah, no doubt I
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
No
yeah,
doubt.
yeah,
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Three Times Dope. They from Philly, so yeah. You see, you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That
for
was
sure.
when hip hop was hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That was when
Mm-hmm.
hip hop. That was when music was music. And speaking of hip hop, what do you think about the state of hip hop today? Well, what do you think
Excuse
about the
me?
state of hip hop today? I'm sorry. What do you think about the state of hip hop today?
I think it's very detrimental due to the subject matter that the majors are pushing at the time. I don't think there's no diversity, so it hurts it. It hurts it real
Right,
bad. It's
right.
that the non-diversity hurts it. But it's been like this
Yeah,
for a long time. They just kept pushing it to the red. But yeah,
yeah,
non-diversity. But when you dealing with only three major labels and all everybody's up under them that you or me could name and know, this a no brainer. But yeah.
right. For sure, for sure. And what do you think about the state of hip hop, the scene in Pittsburgh? What do you think about the state of hip hop in the 412, in your opinion? What's your pros and cons of it?
I think the pros is so small that everybody almost knows everybody. So if you push a major campaign, everybody would know you. I think a con of it is people think if they don't know you, you ain't doing nothing. Like meanwhile, like everybody think they supposed to know everybody, or if you ain't rocking here, you can't be rocking nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's like the con of it.
Yeah, yeah, okay, okay, yeah. That's one thing I have to say about the scene here. Everybody knows everybody. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah. They
saying?
think if you
Yeah,
ain't in that crew, you must not be doing nothing. You where you
right.
at? Meanwhile, you can have a whole fan base, and I got a fan base in that rap. So
Yeah, exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Like the world internet is beautiful.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Changed the
Definitely
whole
for sure.
game.
Right, right. And I know you got a solid, loyal fan base since you've been in the game for 40 years. You know what I'm saying? You know, a solid fan base, you know, and I'm pretty sure it's continuing to grow, continue to evolve, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, thank God. Yes, we as more as you push, and that's the thing. about today. If you consistent and you continue to push and be original and stay consistent and put your money where your mouth is, you be all right. You can make with this monetization stuff. You can get your paperwork right. You start getting paid for just posting. You can get
Right.
paid for posting now. You can get paid. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Put your music in the background. You gonna get monetization. Plus, you gonna get paid from your music in the background. Stuff
Right,
that I
for
could
sure.
only dream of 30 years
Right,
ago.
for sure. Absolutely, absolutely. And who the artists that influence you, like the mainstream artists, influence you to do what you do right now?
Mainstream. I'm not. I haven't really listened to mainstream hip hop since I had to taste that mainstream almost. And you
Okay.
know what I mean. So I would be like out of touch with today's mainstream as far as that
Right.
would go. Because
Okay.
like if there, I would listen to Pooh Shiesty.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think he could rap. You know what I mean? Like usually when I
Yeah.
listen to these young guys, I'm like, can he rap? Like so, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Exactly.
Because the subject matter
Exactly.
be very detrimental. But
Right.
it's kind of funny. We had detrimental rappers, but they wasn't on the radio.
Right.
If I was gonna listen to someone detrimental, I had to turn it down in my house. They wasn't gonna be on the award show. They wasn't gonna be getting Grammys. They wasn't gonna be doing that. But now today in hip hop, whatever, they on the Grammys singing the most detrimental stuff, like for the
Yeah,
children to see.
exactly.
You know what I mean? My
Exactly.
mama
Exactly.
cussed me out when she heard Slick Rick wrinkle wrinkle. It was over.
Yeah. Right. Right. And exactly. And speaking of, some of the music being detrimental. Are you aware? Have you heard about India Ari and the young Miami song that she wasn't a fan of? Have you heard about
Yes,
that?
yes, yes,
What, what,
yes.
what's your take on that?
See, I don't think it's really not Young Miami's fault that it's mainstream though. Who you gonna blame? You get what I'm saying? If
Right,
it's just it's almost like the parents' fault almost. Like how you like someone got a whole responsibility for them able to reach our kids on such a mainstream level. And
right,
India Irie, she know Young Maya. The people who used to push India Irie, Michael Jackson, and all of those R&B artists, now they push people like Young Miami, NBA YoungBoy. That's why they're controlling the airways and getting the awards like the R&B people used to do because the same machine is pushing them. So it's like a
exactly,
double-edged sword for India Irie to say it because she's not going to be pushed now, but that's what they doing now. Basically, it's like that's the game now. So if anybody's to blame, I say she ain't gonna talk about who pushed the record to make it be what the record is. Basically,
right, for sure, for sure.
if you
Because
want to
that's
get
the
to the problem, get to the root.
right, right. I'll definitely agree 100%. It's the parents' accountability, responsibility to make sure the kids are listening to the right music. Not
Yeah,
the
yeah, it
music that
ain't
will
Young
be
Miami's fault.
poison.
She rap like I mean. She allowed it's freedom of speech.
Right, exactly. I agree with that. I agree. Now, me, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of her music. I mean, I never even heard of her until India Arie said something. I heard bits and pieces of it, but I'm not a fan. But I do agree. It's freedom of speech. People can listen to what they want to listen to. Some people ain't a fan of it. Some people are. But I do agree. Like you said, it's the parents' responsibility to make sure children listen to the music that's not detrimental. That's not poisoning their ears, not poisoning their minds.
Yes,
So I
yes,
definitely
yes.
agree. They
You
got to
can't blame.
monitor.
Mm-hmm.
They got to monitor what they listen to. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel. That's my take on
Yeah, yeah. There's a sticker on it for a reason.
it. Exactly, exactly. Parental advisory,
Yeah,
explicit
there's a
lyric.
sticker on it for a reason. So I ain't gonna blame the artist who put the sticker on it. That the
Right,
like,
right. If your kid is out with a parent and the kid wants to buy that record and it said parental advisory, no, no, you're not allowed to listen to that until
mm-hmm,
you're grown, until you're 18.
No
You know what I'm
doubt. And
saying?
it's kind of funny now because they play that music on Whammo. They play that during the day. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
she
exactly.
won record of the year. Did she win like record of
Wow.
the year or something? That's why
Oh,
India Ivory had a problem. I know she won an award, like record of like
yeah,
something. She won a
yeah, she
big
won
award.
yeah, she won a BET award, I think, a BET
Yeah,
award.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, last
Run
weekend. So
DMC
yeah,
and them didn't even cuss. They went loud at the awards.
no, not nope,
Hip hop
no,
wasn't even allowed at the awards. Like that's where I'm
exactly,
from.
exactly. And you remember the MCs like Salt and Pepper and Will Smith,
They
Jazzy Jeff, Fresh
boycott.
Prince. Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
they were the first. Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff was the first hip hop artists that won a Grammy, but it wasn't televised. So they did a
Yeah,
boycott back
yeah.
in
So they boycotted it. The Philly
1989.
boys.
Yeah, yeah, they boycotted back in 1989. I remember that. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
remember that. Yeah.
hmm yeah,
It's like we
man. And
said, they
now,
wasn't even allowed there. They, you know what I mean? Now they the main ones there.
yeah, exactly, exactly. It's just crazy how hip hop has evolved, and it wasn't allowed at award shows, and you had a lot of detractors saying that it's going to be a fad, it's going to go away, and
Yes,
here we are years later, and hip hop is still being
still
talked
here.
about. Yeah, it's still
I
here.
still here. I remember
Yeah, no
telling
doubt.
old ladies I rap when I was a teen, and they be like, "Dang, that's not gonna be around long."
hmm
That's what it was when we first started rapping. It was we was looked at funny because we was trying to rap. Now everybody can rap.
Right, exactly, exactly, man. And here we are, a couple years later. Hip hop is still being talked about. There, now there's a topic that hip hop songs are not being on the charts, the Billboard charts. You know, there's no hip hop
Yeah,
songs
they
on the
said
charts.
it's losing its. I think the bubble gum of it is falling down. I ain't gonna name any names, but me and my homeboy from Organized Crime Force was just talking about like
hmm
how the mainstream they they know how to the recipe sonically. The stuff sounds very good. You know what I mean? It's like
hmm
they know the recipe to put together to create a hip hop song now that sonically
Right,
sounds well to the ear. So
right,
yeah,
exactly, exactly.
they they got that on lock, but it's starting to wear down now because what they pushing ain't really hitting. So
Nah,
whenever they do that, they gonna go somewhere else with it. Just like when
yeah,
we came up, rock was the number one thing.
hmm
Rock and roll was, you know what I mean, was in control when we came up. So
absolutely,
now hip hop, they
absolutely.
switched it to hip hop. Now hip hop is full, and they probably about to switch it somewhere else.
Right. For sure, man. Definitely, definitely. And speaking of hip hop, where you see hip hop in the years to come? Do you still believe it'll be a revolutionary force to be reckoned with?
Not if what we just said is true,
Yeah,
because it's all about money. You know what I'm
right.
saying? It's like I say, as soon as rock and roll start losing their appeal to hip hop and the money, they went with the hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
They picked it out almost like rock and roll. If you look at it, they used to dress like women. Now the hip hop is they used to be in satanic stuff. Now hip hop is
Mm-hmm.
once it gets to them people and they control it like that, they run it to the ground. And then just like jazz, every little music genre that they start making money off, they run it to the ground and then go with something else.
Right, for sure. I definitely agree. For sure, for sure. And hopefully hip hop, like meaningful
It's
hip
going,
hop that
yeah.
has a
There's always
message.
going to be true hip hop. Just like there's
Yeah,
still heavy metal. Like heavy metal ain't dead. It's just underground. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Jazz
yeah, for
ain't
sure.
dead.
Right, exactly, exactly. This hip hop is still going. It's going to be around. It's here and it's going to be here. Just
Yeah,
like you
it's gonna
said.
be. Yeah, it's
Hmm
gonna be. But
It's going to
mainstream,
be
no,
here
it's gonna have. They gonna have to. The money ain't working. They gonna find something to make the money work.
for sure, for sure. And I think, like what you said, it's about the money. I don't think it's about the creativity of hip hop no more. It's about who
No,
can make
no.
the most simple hit. You know, it's about the like it's about the cash. Who can draw
Hmm.
the most money? It's not about lyrics no more. It's not about meaningful topics, meaningful stories. It's not about storytelling. It's not about lyricism. You know,
No,
none
no.
of that. None of that, unfortunately. You know,
Yeah, they
it's
just look
corporate
and
now.
they looking for a hit and then leave them, then let them go. They don't even keep them around. At least
Right.
our cats used to last like at least 5 years, 3 to 5. They
Yeah,
last a
exactly.
summer, 2 summers.
Right. Right. Exactly. Exactly. I definitely agree. I definitely agree. And to continue with the topic, where do you see yourself in revolutionary music and organized crime? Now you still with organized crime still, or you are they still doing their thing? Or
Unfortunately, one of my members he passed away, R.I.P.
okay,
And my man Force, we still together. We still kick it to this day. We just was at the bar eating wings, but he just he's such a penmanship man. He be like, man, I got he feel he ain't got it in him, so he ain't gonna touch it. But
okay,
we
okay.
haven't recorded together as a group in probably like 20 years.
Oh wow, wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm,
yeah. So
okay,
I still
all
got
right.
some unreleased records with him, but yeah, we like as a group, no, we haven't
Yeah.
recorded in a long time.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. All right. So where do you see yourself in revolutionary music with
Just
represented
building
in
the
the years to
brand.
come?
Just building the
Mm-hmm.
brand. It's like I say, it's a business. So just keep building the brand. That's all. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I
Uh,
ain't trying to make no hit records. I ain't trying to get the monetization up, get the stream. You know what I mean? Just keep building the just you know what I'm saying? Just keep building so we can make money off it like they usually do off of artists. Make a living off of
right.
music. I think that's the
Right.
most successful thing you could be as an artist is getting paid for your craft.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And before we conclude this interview, good brother, can you? We always put the artists, you know, whether they spit, sing, poetry, whatever. I always let them showcase their talent. And I was wondering if you like to do the honors. That is, if you feel up to it or you feel comfortable doing that.
Oh yeah, I got rhymes for days. I'll spit something. We
Okay.
gonna go with. They say the world's going crazy and it's all by design. Every day on TV, playing with our minds, destroying the truth, promoting falsehood and lying, detrimental music, got our people dying. When your ignorance terrifying, when you live life blind, your mind dull. Then you cannot shine. They got you chasing the paper, the bigger losing is time. They consider you easy prey when you too nice and kind. Get yours, I get mine is the attitude. When you rich, they nice. When you poor, they rude. While the wealthy floss their jewels and the poor need food, they set the mood for the chaos. New world order to pay off. That's a little something from the Focus Your Mind youngster out right
Nice, nice,
now. You
nice,
know what I'm saying?
nice, nice. That's what's up, man. That is what's up. So like I said, before we conclude this interview, can you tell the listeners and the viewers where they can find you and follow you at, good brother?
All social medias, you know what I mean? Ishmael Muhammad, aka Mel Jay. Like I said, we got the perfect timing out right now. The new single plus the Focus Your Mind youngster, get your mind right and pursue it. We got the we got the Thinking Miss Therapy. We drop things every day. We about to start going live with that male mentorship. You know what I mean? Get your mind right on relationships and value in life. And we got the Rhyme and Reason episode, Schooling on the Industry. That's about it.
Okay, all right.
And we got
And ladies and
music
gentlemen,
coming. We gonna have we dropping music like every 8 weeks. We trying to do it like that. We just trying to stay consistent out here.
yeah,
Give them
no
what they
doubt, no
want.
doubt.
That's all.
A- Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, you can find me and follow me on Facebook, Malik Long, Instagram, Cool Malik82, TikTok, Cool Brother. I got a Facebook page for my podcast, the Cool Podcast with the Cool Brother. You can follow and like that page on Facebook. Also, if you want to be a guest on my podcast, hit me up on those social media platforms I just mentioned via inbox, and we can set up an interview, set up the date and time, and we can take it from there and talk about whatever you want to talk about. And yeah, take it from there. Good brother, Mr. Mel J.
Before we go, Malik. I
Okay.
like to say, man, I like that acting you be doing, man. I'm gonna give you a shout out on your old show. Go check out
Thank you.
Malik's filmography stuff. He's doing big things, you know what I'm saying? I did a little bit of
Thank you.
acting myself, you know what I'm
Thank you.
saying, with
Thank you.
Greg, you know what I mean? I started one
Hmm.
of Greg's movies, Serpents and Doves.
Okay.
So Greg
Okay.
Al,
Thank you.
yeah. So yeah. Keep doing what you're doing, man. And I appreciate you for having me on here, man. Much love, respect,
Much,
and your
much
singing is
love.
legit, man. Go out and check this man singing out. He doing so much out here.
Thank you. Thank you, good brother. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. And like I said, if you want to be a guest for the second time, man, feel free to hit me up, good brother.
For sure, man. We gonna definitely try to come back. And like I say, I'm gonna see you on these Pittsburgh streets because I'm gonna come check something out. You do too much for
Yeah,
me
no
not to,
doubt, no
man.
doubt.
For
No doubt,
sure.
man. No doubt. No doubt,
For
man.
sure.
On that note, man, you have a blessed night, man, and have a
You
blessed
do the
weekend, man.
same.
Stay cool, man. All right, man.
Yeah. Hot as hell out here. For
Yeah,
sure.
no doubt, man.
Peace.
All right. Peace.